Today is Monday, August 3rd. I'm just making a quick stock market update video for what happened today. As you can see, the S&P 500 almost closed at all-time highs after we closed above this 55-day moving average. This is looking good. This is showing strength. This is what we want to see if you're a bull. Next, we'll look at the Qs. Not as strong, but as you can see, we closed above this 22-day EMA, which is a good sign. Guess I'll just look through a couple of the Mag 7 names. Google looking good. Amazon continuing the rally from earnings. Nvidia looks okay. Meta bouncing off the bottom off of this gap down on earnings, and Microsoft still continuing higher off of its earnings reaction. We can look at the MAGs, which is a Mag 7 ETF. This looks good. This is why the S&P 500 looks so good, because a lot of these Mag 7 names, which have a lot of weighting within the index, are doing well. They are sort of carrying the index, and that is why the S&P 500 has a nice close today. Next, I'll look at stocks and DRAM as well. They are not looking so good. Although stuff like SanDisk in the memory sector had a nice day today, up 6%. We really didn't go anywhere, and it seems like we're still struggling to get over this 9 EMA. Still not above this 22 EMA, which is what I highlighted in Saturday's video that I wanted to get above. So a lot of these stocks, while they did bounce today, they really didn't go anywhere, and they are still stuck in a downtrend under this 22 EMA. So I'll just pull up the intraday charts to show you that intraday off the open, the S&P 500, it was just straight buying pretty much all day into almost new high ground. The Qs as well, pretty much buying throughout the day. And I'll show the stocks as well, buying throughout the day, and DRAM buying throughout the day. So off the open, DRAM and stocks they did open lower with a gap down, and we sort of gap filled. Well, we did gap fill and we closed higher, which is a good sign. But once again, these ETFs are still sort of in trouble. A few stocks that I will look at are BE, Bloom Energy. I do love this name. I think it has great fundamentals, but once again, stuck below the 22 EMA. Dell had a really nice day today, up almost 6%, but this one's still above its 55-day moving average, which is really good. A-Lab looks decent. Credo looks decent. Once again, both of these still struggling to get above this declining 22-day moving average. That's why I think it is so important in this current market. I love Credo, but if it can't get above this 22 and this 55, I'm probably not going to put any longs on. CoreWeave had a really nice day today. Avago still kind of basing this sort of tight range. Maybe it's ready to break out or break down. Max Linear doesn't look too great. I'll look at Seagate, not the best. Western Digital, pretty much the same thing. EWI, not the best. Look at a couple of the semi-cap equipment names. Once again, still sort of stuck below these moving averages, not really going anywhere. Pure Storage, this one is above its moving averages, but it is further off the highs than a lot of these stocks, and it's a lot looser, and I don't really like this stock that much. Cybersecurity had a good day. Oracle had a big day. Palo Alto, as I highlighted in Saturday's video, is still leading and looks good. Same thing with CrowdStrike and Fortinet. I'll just look at CIBR. This is almost at new highs. This is still a strong sector within the market that if you were looking to go long, I would play these cybersecurity names, at least for now. Net, almost a new high grounds. Palantir, well, it looks like it is having a positive earnings reaction. I'll look at the numbers later, but a couple more stocks that I want to look at. A couple of the fiber optic stocks. Once again, photo, kind of like how DRAM encapsulates the memory trades, or the memory stocks. Photo encapsulates the fiber optic stocks. My favorite one is LITE, which is actually above this 22-day moving average. I don't know if money's going to come back into this sector, but I would say maybe it does. And if it does, if these stocks can get above their 50-day moving averages, that would be great. The one that I would play is probably Lumentum, just because I think it looks a bit better than Sienna and Corning and AAOI. Well, this was a nice bounce off of the 200-day moving average, but I would still look towards playing Lumentum. SpaceX still struggling. I know I highlighted in one of my old videos how until it gets above this anchored IPO VWAP, I don't want to look for longs, but it does have earnings coming up. And Sterling just reported earnings. Looks like initially the stock is down, but I'd have to look at the numbers and see what that's all about, because I was bullish on this stock coming into earnings. So, you know, I just like this chart. It had blowout earnings here. It was up around 50% on this day, 52%. Then it came down and, you know, filled the gap, and now it's reporting again. So this is a stock I'm keeping my eye on. But, you know, for now, the S&P 500 looks great. The Qs, they look okay, not the best, but I am looking for this market to go higher, especially because of the S&P 500. The last stocks I want to mention are the quantum stocks. IONQ had a good day today, bouncing off the bottoms. They report earnings soon. RGTI, this one's actually above its 22-day. QUBT, this one looks even better than the other two because of this being above the 22-day moving average. So if you wanted to trade it, I would use this moving average as a exit point, and QTUM as an ETF, with all of them in it, sort of getting above this 22-day moving average. I do think these stocks are important, maybe not necessarily to trade with, but if these stocks are popping off, it might show that the market has a bit of a risk-on mindset. You know, these are kind of like the animal spirits of the market. So if these stocks are doing well, then maybe the market will continue higher and this risk-on money will enter the market. But that is it. Please leave a like if you liked the video. Click subscribe. I will be making more videos like this in the future.